Number 5 is Syria. War-torn Syria takes the second position among the most corrupt countries in the world. The country's officials and personals have been accused of money laundering, embezzlement of public funds, and misuse of corporate assets. According to Transparency International, this alleged corruption officials used the stolen funds to acquire properties and assets in foreign countries. It is also believed that the fund is used in sponsoring the rebels and the Syrian government in the ongoing civil war. Number 4 is Venezuela. The history of Venezuela has been mired with a persistent and intense presence of corruption. In 1997, where an NGO from Venezuela claims that around $100 billion from oil revenue has been misused in the preceding 25 years, while 75% of people of Venezuela believed that corruption was widespread throughout the Venezuelan government. This content with corruption was cited by opposition-aligned groups as one of the reasons for the 2014 and 2017 Venezuela protests. Place number 3. North Korea. Corruption in North Korea is a widespread growing problem. According to the reports, the country's closed economy and duping system of government have led to systematic corruption in public sector bribery, for example, against accessing foreign media or modifying radio or television receivers to access foreign media are commonly evaded by offering bribes to the police. On the country's leading figures, Jang Sung-shek was executed for corruption in 2013. According to the report, he used the state's fund under his control for private use. Place number 2 is Afghanistan. The Taliban-controlled Afghanistan is not just one of the most corrupt countries in the world, but has been on the list for a very long time. Several reports claim that country's endemic corruption constitutes one of the most serious obstacles that is obscuring the country's economic growth. According to a report in the New York Times, corruption in Afghanistan can no longer be described as cancer on the system is the system. The U.S. Agency for International Development stated in 2009 that corruption in Afghanistan had become pervasive, entrenched, systemic, and by all accounts now unprecedented in scale. And on number 1, we have Somalia. After several years of holding the top positions in the most corrupt countries in the world, Somalia does matter, dropping to the 3rd place. Prior to now, Somalia was often described as many stages within a state, each with its own system of bribes. A UN report published in 2013 found that Somalia had become a slush fund for patronage networks, and those withdrawals from government institutions went towards private purposes rather than government programs. And this happens 80% of the time. That's all for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to watch more interesting videos.